Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be having a look at Prada Beauty as it's just been released in Australia in David Jones. We're going to take a look at some of the products I have in my collection, which is the Reveal Soft Matte Foundation. We have one of the quad shadows, and I'm going to demonstrate one of my lipsticks, but I do have quite a collection of lipsticks. So if there's any that you're looking at online that you're thinking you might like to have a try, leave me a comment and hopefully I'll have that in my range and I can demonstrate. So to start with, I've already prepped my skin with my skincare and my primer, and I'm going to go in with probably just a couple of pumps of the foundation. You can see it's not too fluid, but it's also not so thick. You will get a very, very good cover out of this. This is probably one of my absolute favorites out of all of my foundations, out of all my liquid foundations. As the description says, it is a soft matte, but it is breathable, it is long lasting, and it's very forgiving for a mature skin. So for ladies like myself, or people like myself that do still have a little bit of oil coming through in their mature skin, this is the perfect solution. So I'm just using a BK foundation brush, nice big brush to really blend out that liquid. It also, the website also says that it's non-transferable, so that's another great benefit. You can see I am getting fantastic coverage without this looking really thick and really heavy. I can still see some of my natural features coming through here. Following up from that, we're going to go into the Luminous Silk Concealer. By Armani, and I'm going to apply some onto my eyelid as well. All the way up to the brow. This concealer I've talked to you about in previous demonstrations. It is great to conceal, but in fact it's actually soft enough to, with confidence, to use underneath the eye area without falling heavily into any of the little fine lines and creases that are starting to develop into our mature skin. Just gently moving that product around and pushing it in very gently just under the eye. Because today's demonstration is really more focused on the Prada products, I haven't gone in with my contour, but I will go in with a bronzer. So I'm going to use the Chanel Powder Bronze. This is also a great product. It has a fabulous blurring effect. And I'm just going into another BK Beauty brush. I'm going to go just contouring a little bit underneath the cheekbone and pushing up on to the bone and adding some beautiful warmth to the skin all the way around the hairline, anywhere that the sun would naturally hit. Some definition around the jawbone. It's so subtle, this bronzer. If you're a little bit nervous of trying a bronzer, again, this is a very forgiving colour. You're not going to get a great deal. You can absolutely build it up, but you're not going to get a great big blob of terrible looking bronzer. And again, this is throwing a little bit yellow on the monitor from what I can see, but I was just about to say this is one of the most neutral bronzers that I have in my collection. So perhaps it's just my lighting. Okay. Now the shadow I wanted to talk to you about today is number 01. It's a colour that I probably would never have considered using this combination of colours together, but it is absolutely amazing on the eyelid. And we're going to use, it's very common for Prada to use like a splash of a bold colour to go in with the rest of the palette. So technically you could just have a very nude natural palette, but now we've got this pop of violet and it looks absolutely fabulous. And again, like I said, I would never have thought that I would use something so contrasting together, but it looks absolutely lovely. So first of all, I'm going to go in with this centre shade into the eye socket area, into the crease. It's very pigmented, so you don't need to use a lot. So we're just going to work that colour down onto the lid and keep blending. We don't want to go out any further than the end of our brow that's aligned with the end of our eye. And just very softly blend those edges in. So it's actually quite nice, even just as a one and done, you could have this shadow just on its own. I'm then going to come in with a very small tapered brush and go into the very deepest colour, the very deep brown, and we're just going to put that on the very outer edge of the eye, really along the area that we would perhaps use a kohl pencil, and bring that up to the crease bone and just very gently bring that towards the centre of the eye, just to give the eye some more structure. So again, just bringing this shadow across the lid. And then just very gently up into the crease bone. going to come back and blend a little bit more with the big brush that I started with. With a small flat brush, because this is really going to pack the colour, I'm going to go into the beautiful violet and push that on to the mobile lid in the centre. Can you see how that just washes in? It just blends in. Like I said, it's just colours that I wouldn't have thought that I would put together. And it is just absolutely stunning. So it's introducing a pop of colour into our eye makeup, but without really going for a full violet eye look. Then I'm going to come with this soft gold colour here and just bring that again up onto the crease and up to the eyebrow. And again, just blending all the time. And that just softens any edges from the shadow. And then coming back with the very small tapered brush and into the medium shade again, into this soft brown that we started with, and apply that all the way underneath the lashes. And then come back with the very deepest colour and bring that just to the very outer third of the eye. We don't want to bring that all the way underneath the eye area. I'm going to come back with a little bit more of this gold and just pop that in the very corner of my eye to really make it pop. I'm then going to come in with my Victorian Beckham kohl pencil. I think this is the colour Cocoa. Just a very small amount in the outer corner of the eye to again give that uplifted effect. And I think because we have such a beautiful colour on the lid, I don't really want to do an awful lot more. So before I apply the mascara, I do want to come in and just powder a little bit. I'm going to come in with my Chanel loose powder. And I'm just going to press that to start with. And then come in with a small brush up under the eye area. And you can see that just takes it down, just takes a little bit of the shine off the makeup. But the beauty of it is it's still glowing and it's a matte foundation. And we'll come back in with our mascara. And a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes, just to the outer corner. And I hope you're enjoying this look. I think it's beautiful. You could really intensify this again with the really deep brown that's in the pan for more of an evening look, and go back in and add more of the mauve again, just in the very movable eyelid. You could come back if you were wanting to intensify that look for an evening and you're really wanting to make those colours pop. You could come back with the gold and just apply a small amount right in the centre of the eye, which gives a beautiful sparkle. When I say sparkle, it's a beautiful shimmer. It doesn't have any particles, but that's gorgeous. I'm coming in with the lipstick. Prada has two, in their basic lipsticks, they have two types of lipsticks. They have a monochrome and they have a monochrome hyper. The difference is the hyper, you'll notice when you look at the lipsticks, the hyper around this area here is a gold band, whereas the regular monochrome just has the silver band. And the difference being that this one here, the silver band, it's still a matte, but they're not like matte lipsticks used to be. They're just not high shine gloss. They last all day, but they're just very soft and very creamy. And the difference is the one in the silver band is more of a subtle, it's not quite as intense in colour as the monochrome Hydra Matte. So the colour that I'm selecting for today is called, I think I've forgotten what the colour is called, but anyway, I will put, it's blush, it's actually called blush. I will put the colours down in the description box. Look at these colours. They're just beautiful. You get so much pigment. Absolutely stunning. So just to balance the makeup out, I'm going to apply some blush, and this is the new Armani Luminous Silk Cheek colour. So I'm going to go in very, very softly here. It's only just a couple of dots. Move that and then just blend it out, because I really want the eye makeup to be the star of the show here. So just a small amount of blush. Maybe just a touch more on this side, I think. And if we ever feel that we've applied just a little bit too much, you can always come back in with your foundation brush that you had been using to apply your makeup earlier, and that will just bring it down a tiny bit. This is the perfect colour with this makeup look. Perhaps just a little bit around the hairline just to add a little bit more brightness. To finish off, I'm going to go in for my Sisley highlighter. This is in the colour Coralline, I believe it's called. Just a touch over that cheekbone area. So as you can see, we have a beautiful matte foundation, but we've been able to bring up a little bit of a sheen through the other products that we've used. As I said, it's very forgiving on mature skins, and you're going to have a foundation here that just lasts and wears all day. So I hope you've enjoyed this first introduction to Prada Beauty. Remember, it is available at David Jones. That's about the only place I can see it in Australia from my research. Please let me know if you enjoyed this demonstration. Give me a thumbs up or subscribe as well, please. And leave me a comment if there's something that you would like to see a little bit more on. If you would like me to demonstrate some more of the Prada lipsticks from my collection. I think I have about 12 or 13 lipsticks, so please let me know, and I will provide that for you in one of my forthcoming videos. Okay, thank you everybody, and have a fantastic day.